Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my two girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 134. Trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Got my coffee in my Scrappy Sunday mug, pumpkin spice creamer. If you saw on my Instagram, the last time I got groceries, whatever day that was, I don't remember. I don't know what day it is right now. The pumpkin spice creamer was on clearance. So that means the next time I go, it's probably going to be gone. Sad, but have no fear. I think I have four or five bottles in my fridge. So I have it for a few more months. Today is January 2nd, 2022. I did it. You're probably going to hear me say 2021 in the next, couple months. I'm going to try my best. I did not write that on my show notes. So yes, it's 2022. That's crazy. All right, this is my YouTube channel where I share my knitting, crocheting, sometimes cross-stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. If you are new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I will have all the show notes right down there. I'll have links to my Instagram. That's where I'm most active. Patterns, yarn, shops, websites, whatever, all that stuff. Bags. Yeah. Today I have one finished object and 5 works in progress. Ooh, that's a lot. I am also, since it is a new year, I will share how many items I knit in 2021. I tallied everything up. I'll show you how I keep track of that if you're interested. All right, I think that's it. Let's get started. All right. This is my only finished object. This was my Christmas Eve cast on. Bam! I have this line here because I do my Socks Magic Loop. Once I wash and wear them a few times, they'll go away. It's fine. I don't care. It's on the side of my foot. Nobody's going to see it. So this is Hoard yarn. She did a mystery sock set for Christmas Eve cast on. Harry Potter. I don't know what she called it. So this is what I got. I don't know if everybody got the same thing. I don't know. But this is I Will Have Order. This is like spot on umbrage. Spot on. So there's a contrasting, there's a mini. So I did heels, toes, and I did from Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady. She does this with her cuffs, where she casts on with a contrast. She does 2 rows of knit 2, purl 2. Then she starts her main color and she knits 1 row, all knit. And then she goes and does the 2x2 rib, knit 2, purl 2. She does hers for, her cuffs are like 20 rows. Mine are like 12, so I just did, I hate doing ribbing, so I only do like an inch worth. My socks fit me fine. They don't sag or anything, so why bother? So yeah, these are my socks. I'm not going to tell you all the details because I have some sock whips. I do all of my socks the same. And I do afterthought heel. And I knit 5 rows before I do my decrease. So I get to put these in my Harry Potter box of socks. And that's my only finished object. The kids didn't have school, my husband didn't work, and I feel like I got not a lot of knitting time in. I don't know why that is the case. But crossing my fingers. We had some snow last night. About, say 4 or 5 inches of snow. So I'm crossing my fingers that school is not canceled tomorrow because I need them out of my house. All right. Whips. Whip number 1. Start with this one. It's kind of hanging out of mine. I was working on this for a little bit. This is the Creative Knitter bag. Rainbow socks on it. All right, this is Knitpicks Felici. This is a new colorway. I believe it's on their website. Double dog dare. Making these for my kiddo. I didn't put a marker where it was last time, but I'm thinking I wasn't at the heel, so I want to say either this stripe or this stripe. Or maybe I was in between. Somewhere over here. So I got that much done. Not a lot. I'm hoping to get more done. I don't know. Sundays seem like I don't get very much done, but I plowed through a lot of my chores this morning, so I'm hoping that I can just knit the rest of the day, besides making dinner and all that fun stuff. But oh, look at that. I love it. So these ones aren't going to match, like I said in my previous episode. This one is a lot lighter in color than the other sock. You're not going to be able to tell, but maybe. I don't know. So here's this ball. I don't know. You'll probably be able to tell when I have them both finished and on blockers and when I take a picture on Instagram. Let's see. I still have just the cuff done on this one. They're also not going to match in color sequence. But yeah, this is a lot brighter. So this is all I got. That's it. 64 stitches. I do 12 rows of 2x2 rib. All of these markers are counting my rows. 10 rows per marker. Those white markers are where I'm going to put my afterthought heel. I do a cut-in. No waste yarn. Chiaogoo red lace 32-inch cord. This is a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. I always want to say it's a 2.5. It's a US 2.5. That's not correct. So yeah, these are for my kiddo. And that's that for that sock. And since it is the 2nd of January, I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous episode, but I am doing the Desert Vista Dye Works knit along for this year for her sock club. It's the 8th annual Desert Vista Dye Works monthly sock club. I think that's what it's called. So, yep, since I counted my skeins, I have 12. I think I have 13, but I just said, might as well just do it for one more year, and we will see if I collect any this year. There's the tag. This colorway is called Donuts. And I just have the cuff. Just the cuff. Nothing fancy. I'm like, it's the first I'm casting on the cuff, and then I got lots of whips going at once, so I'm not really concentrating like all day. And see, I didn't even weave in my end. The horror. So yeah, cuff. 64 stitches. This one I did 15 rows of 2x2 rib. Same needle. A Chiaogoo red lace, 32-inch cord, 2.5 millimeter, US 1.5. Yeah. That's that. Miss a long mustache or a goatee. I don't know what else to say. I guess I can show you the cake. I might make the leg a little bit shorter on these so I can make a shorty pair of socks. Because you have to use at least 50 grams of the skein. So I might do a shorter leg on these. just for giggles. And she changed her rules a little bit this year, which I am excited about. All of her rules are over in her Desert Vista Dye Works Ravelry group. This is where the knit along is held. You just have to post a picture of your skein and then a finished pair of your socks. And you have the whole month to do it. But you can't cast on until the first of every month. But you can cast on after that if you want, if something happens. Just have to finish them by the end of the month. Well, she changed her rules a little bit where now you can do a Musselburgh hat. What else? You can do shorty socks, but you have to do 2 pairs of the same color. You can't do 2 different colors. So I was tempted to do that with this one, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to have enough. Because you can't use contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. You have to use all of her yarn. And I don't have a mini of her yarn in my stash. So I wonder if I could get 2 pairs of shorties without using contrast heels, toes, and cuffs. I don't know. I feel like I can, but they'll have to be like 2 pairs for me or something. Because if I did like one for my friend and one for me, I think her foot's a little bit longer, so I don't know. So at any rate, I'm going to make these legs a little bit shorter. I might do like 50 rows of leg, or maybe 4 inches of leg, instead of my normal like 6.5 to 7 inches. So then I'll have extra to do a shorty socks. I really love this colorway. It's very pretty. And no, it's not changing my hands color. The brown might, but I did not have an issue yesterday working on it, so I don't know. But oh, that pink. I was feeling hot pink. Feeling the hot pink. So that's that whip. I got all my markers. I got a binder clip. And I put all my light bulb markers on there. Yep. So those are my sock whips. Oh, now I can show you my fancy whip. Or not my fancy whip. This is the only thing I want to work on whip. But I'm trying to restrain myself. But first I have to show you what I'm wearing for knitting wise. Because I don't have a shawl on or anything. I got my scrappy nomadic yarn socks. These are like my all-time favorite. This is very awkward. That's my foot. I need to make more of these. I need to knit through my nomadic yarns. There's some in there. I need to make me some more of these because they are my favorite. And I still have enough yarn probably to do the same orientation of these ones, so I could just make a double pair. All right, now we have, I shared this last week. This is my bag that my friend Amie made for me for Christmas. Happy little yarn. I think she said someday she'll start selling these, but she's not set up quite yet. So if she ever does, I will let you know. All right, so Stephen West has his Hyber knit along. I think that's what it's called. So he has 2 shawls. They are knitted. You can use DK or worsted weight. I am using worsted weight. I think I shared my colors. I'm not going to go through all my colors. Down below, I have a link to my project page for this, and I typed out all of my colors because there was like 8 colors, and I'm not going to remember all of them. I did share them last week. I don't know when the knit along started. December 26th. I don't know when it ends. So I'm just going to keep knitting it. And I am so proud of myself, you guys. So this is called the Spiraling Cables Triangle. There's a crescent. I think it's a crescent. crescent shaped shawl or a triangle. Half circle, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I like the triangle one. I like the triangle shaped. So here is what I got. And look at this. I keep looking at it and it looks funny to me. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but from the camera, it looks pretty good. Look at that. My friends, I am doing cables. Yay. Never done cables before. And look at here. So I am striping. I'm striping the colors. I think he had you use like a spin cycle yarn or a Zelber ball, so it kind of stripes itself. I probably could have found like a striped worsted waist gain, like maybe mandala or something, but I decided just to stripe my own. So I'm using a wool of the Andes. My main color, which is this one, is Wonderland Heather. And then I just striped a bunch of greens and teals. So I got through the whole color sequence. I think I did I'm on the first section. Is it the first section? Section 1. I think there's only 2 sections on here. Yep, section 1. I think I have to do it like 12 times. I think I had done it twice. So yeah, I'm doing cables without a cable needle too. Toot, toot. Toot my own horn. But yeah, I don't know. Does it look like a cable? I guess from here it does. From back here. But close up I don't know. At any rate, I think I'm doing a good job. So. This is what I have. I'm using US 7s, my interchangeable, interchangeable 4.5 millimeter. Yeah. When it gets the next section, that's when the cable's like crisscross. That's where I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can do that. We will see. But yeah, this is what I got. I love it. And it goes by really fast since it's worsted weight. I need to work on this more, but I have too many whips. So maybe I'll just try like an hour a day or something. I don't know. All right, keep on going. I got 2 more whips. They're my blankets. I'm going to show my cozy memories first. So I accomplished, I said in my last video, I was going to do 4 more rows. And this week I was able to do 2 squares a day, so I got 14 squares done. Sorry. Here I started with this pink one. I don't know all the color names. We're just gonna pan through these real fast. I'm using the Cozy Memories by Kemper Ray, the Coziest Memories. We'll have it linked down below. I need to weave in some of my ends. I don't weave in the top, but the back probably after today. I think I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't get to it. I will weave in my ends. And here is the end. So I'm going to put, when I do my next square, I'm trying to keep track of how many I'm doing per month. So instead of putting a marker on every single one, that's just a waste of time. So this was the one I started with on January 1st. So I did 2. So when I make my square for this week, so not only do I have to keep track of how many rows, or how many squares I do, how many squares I do a month, I got to keep track of how many squares I do a week. So I'm going to put this marker. It's a different color. I'll put it on this square. And then we'll go back from there. We'll just keep moving it. I think that's how I'm going to keep track. Because I don't know if I can keep up with 2 squares a day. I hope so. If I can, I could probably knock this thing out pretty fast. I think if I do 2 squares a day for this week, I can finish this row. I only have 3 rows left. So, yep, this is what I got. I do on 20 rows by 20 rows. 20 stitches by 20 stitches. Got a hangnail or something keeps getting caught on my blanket. And I use a US 2 signature needles, the straight ones. That's my needle of choice. Sounds like my kiddos they're going to go sledding this morning. Sounds like they're getting ready. So yeah, here's what I got. All right, and my last blanket whip. I'm chugging along on this one too. This is my cozy comfort throw, aka easy garter blanket. There's my marker. So I got about 1.5 inches-ish. 2 inches. Chugging right along. I am holding Knitpicks Stroll Ash with Felici scraps. I just do a magic knot ball. I need to make another one of these because I don't have another one. I need to get on that. But yeah, I'm holding it double, so it's like a marling. This is how long it is. Excuse me. I keep finding my boo-boo. Stop looking at it. It looks beautiful. Look at that. So I'm using US 8s. I believe. Seems like it's I always grab the wrong needle. That doesn't have these aren't interchangeables. These are fixed ones. So it's only printed on one needle. This is a US 8, 5mm. I think I cast on 250 stitches. I do have a project page for this. I cast this on January 17th, 2021. I would love to finish this year, but I don't know. I try to work on it in the evenings at least a few times a week, if not every day. Did I mess up again? Gosh darned, I did. Oh well. I have to pay attention because I'm holding 2 strands together and sometimes I miss one. Usually I catch it by doing the next row and then I can easily fix it, but that one's down a row or 2 and I'm not going to bother. It's a blanket, whatever. I'm sure it's not the only mistake in there. But yeah, this is my blanket. I love it. Yeah, that's it. So I need to make another magic knot ball of Felici. I don't know if I can get through this ball this week. It'll be close. Maybe if I work on it every night, I probably could. We will see. All right, that is all my whips. Yes, now we're going to go through stuff I've learned in 2021. Knitting, mostly knitting related. I jotted down a few notes of what I've learned this year. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. For this YouTube channel, I have learned how to edit. That was exciting. It's pretty good. And I also did Vlogmas. I always say Vlogmas. It's not Vlogmas. Vlogmas. on YouTube for the first time. I didn't do all the days, but I'm pretty proud of myself for what I did do. For knitting, things I've learned. Some of these are kind of silly, but I'm just going to say it anyway. The big thing is probably shawls. And through those shawls, I have learned, probably the biggest one is brioche. I'm going to count cables as this year because it's pretty close. I'm not done with that project, so I'm still learning. So cables is off my list. And that has been on my list for a long, long time. I don't know why I poked around. I'm like, ooh, that's too hard. That's too hard. I can't do it. I can't do it. I watched a video. I'm like, I can do that. Oh, sometimes. All right. Throughout my shawls, I have learned the big one, brioche. Boom, brioche. I-cord border. I-cord bind off. Stripey I-cord. Never done those before. Short rows. Never done short rows. The silly ones here. Okay, here's the silly ones. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Slip stitches. I didn't know how to do slip stitches. That's kind of embarrassing to say. It's okay. It's okay. And yarn overs. It's embarrassing. It's okay. It's okay. And what was the other one? Eyelets. Those little holes. Are they called eyelets if they're holes? They're swearing. Did you hear that? I forgot something. Anyway, my husband's swearing. I did the, what shawl was it? Dotted brace. That shawl had the holes in it. Are those called eyelets? I think they're called eyelets. So I know how to do eyelets. That is all I have down for my notes. I feel like I'm probably forgetting something. But probably the biggest thing is shawls. I have learned so much from my shawls. And I feel like I need to branch out from Stephen West shawls, but I just can't. I am obsessed. And now that I know his style of patterns and his writing, it's like, I feel like if I try somebody else, I'm going to be like totally confused. So that is what I learned in 2021 for knitting stuff and YouTube editing and stuff. So I'm pretty proud of myself. So here is my notebook. I got this probably a couple years ago on Yellow Paper House. She has an Etsy shop and her own website. I bought this on her own website. I don't know if they have them anymore, but it's rainbow pages and it has knitting stuff on it. So this is how I keep track of my knitting. So I started this one this year. So here's what I have. January 2021. I write down what the object is. So I got lots of socks. I think I have all socks. Oh, there's a couple hats down there. I write down the yarn, the needle, and sometimes like the size if it's for hat. And then on the side here, I write who it's for. So this one is I did a lot for my mom. I knit 4 for my mom. I think I was banging out her Christmas socks. A couple for my kids, and it's like one for Amie. And then I tally it up on the side, or after the end of the month. So I wrote how many socks for how many people, and all that jazz. So every month I have this helped a lot. I didn't used to do this, and I think I'm going to continue doing that. So then when I go through and add up the year, I just go, all right, this is how many socks for January, and I flip the page. And then here's February's. So yeah, this is how I keep track. I don't get into depth. All right, I don't have my 2020 totals. I know on Instagram I posted it. Since I started this notebook, I don't know where the other one is, so I'm just going to I'll leave the sticky note in here, and then next year we can compare year to year. All right, are you ready? Drum roll. I knit. I already shared this on Instagram, so you've probably already seen this. If you've seen it, it's fine. I'm sorry. But if you don't, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to set this here. Maybe I'm not, because that's going to shake the camera. Sorry. Okay. Socks. I knit 74 pairs of socks. All right, and I broke it down a little bit. I knit socks for 5 people, myself included. So myself, I knit 37 pairs. I keep trying to knit myself less socks, but it doesn't happen. And then my friend Amie, Happy Little Yarn, I knit her 22 pairs of socks. I don't know why that's embarrassing. I feel like I knit her too many socks. My mom, I knit 10 pairs. I don't knit my mom as many because she only wears them in the winter time. She doesn't wear them year round like Amie does. So that's why I knit more for my friend than my mom. But I've been knitting my mom's socks for probably 3 or 4 years, so she has a nice collection. And then my oldest I knit 3, and my youngest I knit 2 pairs. Now I think that might be incorrect because the ones I knit for my oldest, I think had to go to my youngest because her feet were too big. So, but that's fine because I gave my oldest a bunch of my socks that I don't wear anymore. So she got more than enough. She probably got like 12 to 20 pair. Okay, so that is my breakdown for my socks. The other ones I did not do breakdowns. So I knit 9 hats. I did not, well, I counted cowls / scarf because I finished the Harry Potter scarf. So technically it's 9 cowls and 1 scarf, but I just grouped it together for 10. I knit 2 sweaters for my kids and 7 shawls. What? That's a lot. Especially those, and those are all Steve and Wes. Some of those were big boys. And my Cozy Memories blanket. I knit 111 squares. So I know I can do 100 this year because I did 111 this year. So, or last year. So that is my breakdown. I'll show it to you here. I don't know if you can read it, so that's why I read it to you, but and there's my, yep, I did 37 squares this month, or in December. 5 socks for me, 1 for my oldest. I need to stop doing that. I need to knit for other people. I don't have room for my socks anymore. I'm running out of room. Ouch. I need to rearrange myself. So yeah, that is my breakdown of what I knit in 2020. Life stuff. I got a new Fitbit. I decided to splurge and just get another one. The one I had was Ulta, and I think I've had it for like probably 4 years. The battery is not the greatest, so I decided to use some of my Christmas money. And apparently I didn't spend my birthday money, so I just spent my birthday and Christmas money and got a new one. And yes, it's nice. I really like it. It's the Fitbit Charge 5. So what else happened this week? So my husband had this whole week off. My kids go back to school tomorrow, hopefully. I hope so. I don't want to think about another snow day, but it could happen. It could happen. So my husband goes back to work tomorrow. Kids hopefully go back to school tomorrow. I'll have the house kind of to myself. My husband is still working from home. I don't think he's going back. I remember I said previously that his office was open and people could go back. Well, he didn't go back. I guess the only rules were you have to be vaccinated, and he is, so that wasn't the holdup. I'm pretty sure they have to wear masks in there. I don't know if that's why he didn't go, or if he just, I'm comfy at home. I'm chilling. It's fine. Just stay at home. So I don't think he's going back ever. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Part of me is like, okay, I like having somebody home. But sometimes I just want to be home by myself. So I don't know how I feel about that. But it is nice in the summertime. I can leave the kids at home. I can get groceries by myself. Getting groceries by myself is, I hate getting groceries, but bringing kids with me makes it like 10 times worse. So there's that. If he's home, then I don't have to drag them with me and hear them complain. Oh, you're taking forever. My feet hurt. Why can't we look at the toys? What else happened? Monday, I got my booster shot. I thought I was going to be okay. I was not okay. It's fine. It's better to get the shots. 'Cause I know that we're going to get it at some point. The way it's spreading around now, and my kids are going to get it, and they're bringing it here. That's how it's going to happen, probably, because I don't go out much. I get groceries. I go to the library sometimes, and I do my, doctor and dentist visits, and that's it. I see my parents once in a while. I don't mingle with people, so that's how it's going to happen. But so far, we're all good. My kids got both of their shots. They were like fully vaccinated, like December 10th or something. So there's that. My husband also got his booster shot. So we got booster shot Monday about lunchtime or after lunch. Rest of the day I was fine. Woke up, fine. Lunchtime, fine. About 2 o'clock. So I was feeling fine after lunch. So I'm like, I'm just going to go for a walk. I came back. I shouldn't have went for a walk. After that, I was like, oh, I don't feel so good. I think I had a fever, tired, and sore arm. It wasn't anything like the second shot. The second shot just knocked me out. I couldn't knit. I couldn't even knit. This one I could still knit, but I didn't knit very much. So I kind of lost a day-ish of knitting. That's okay. I don't know what else. Goals for 2022. And I don't like to say I'm going to knit 100 pairs of socks. I don't like to put a number on my knitting items. I just want to knit what I want to knit when I want to knit. That's how I roll. This year I'm going to do Bernadette Makes on Instagram is hosting a year-long stash down on Instagram. I think it's hashtag stashdown2022. Use that hashtag. She's doing most of the same rules for Stash Dash. So, hello, I'm in. So Stash Dash all year round. So you count your meters. She has a Google, okay, you go on her Instagram, and from her Instagram, you go to her link tree in her profile, go to her blog. She'll have all her rules there. And then she has a Google sheet, like a group Google sheet. I don't know what this is, where you put your name, your Instagram name, and how many meters you want to knit or crochet throughout the whole year. And then each quarter you add them in your box. So she has January through March all the way through. And then you'll see how many you knit through the year. I think I guessed kind of low in my meters. I probably should have went a little higher. That's okay. Because I know for Stash Dash, I think it's like, is it 3 months or 4 months? I think it's 3 months. Stash Dash is 3 months. Last year for Stash Dash, I knit 18,000 meters. So my goal was 50,000. I think that's too low, but I don't know. What do you think? Should I change it? I don't know if I can go back and change it since it's after the first. I might just leave it, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe I won't get 50,000 meters. But if I finish these 2 blankets over here, bam. So it's pretty much all the Stash Dash rules, except for the yarn has to be purchased before January 1st, 2022. So you're using your stash. So if I bought a skein of yarn, technically I'm not supposed to use it as meters. How am I going to keep track on that? I don't know. We will see. I'm going to try. I keep saying this. But so far, I haven't bought any yarn this year. I told my husband that yesterday. I'm like, I haven't bought any yarn this year. And he just laughed at me. I'm like, what? It still counts. It's only one day of the year. It's only the first. I am going to buy Felici. That's going to happen. I am going to buy probably the Cozy Knitter Advent skein. Potentially Freckled Whimsy if she does it again, because I really enjoyed hers. And I'm probably going to buy some kind of yarn advent calendar. Maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see. But I can count for meters my yarn calendars, my yarn advent calendars, if I knit them this year. And I do have a plan. My plan is to finish that Wool of the Andes shawl. And then I'm either going to do the Painting Honeycombs by Stephen West or the Melting Marled Scarf. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. The Trilogy Yarn Advent, the Christmas Vacation one. I took them all out of the boxes. I laid them all out. And, excuse me, it is like, I'm not going to knit them by their day, but I rearranged them into an awesome rainbow. It's like perfect. There was like reds and pinks and yellows and oranges. There's a lot of blues. And then there's the purples. It was like, and then there's some grays. So I laid them all out and I renumbered them. So yeah, I'm going to make a rainbow scarf. I haven't decided. So I have 20 grams per mini, 24 minis. Stephen West has a scarf version which is shorter, and then he has like a wrap which is longer. And I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'm conflicted. Because I think the scarf is 70 stitches wide. And the wrap is like 124. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to marl them. I don't know how many rows I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So that one might be the last one I do. Though I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, do I just use because I have to marl it. So I hold 2 and then I drop 1 and I pick 1 up. Do I use it until it's all gone? Or do I do like 4 stripes and just do like chunks of rainbow? If that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like I should just use up most of it. It'll just be bigger blocks of colors. I think I'm going to do that now that I sit here and talk about it to you. I'm sure you're all interested. And where's that? 45 minutes. Okay, we need to stop. All right, so that was my week. And yeah, those are some of my goals for my shawls. I'm just going to keep knitting the shawls. Yeah. And my painting honeycomb shawl, I've decided I have the Dragon Hoard Yarns Yarn Cafe Creations advent. And after I got open to all of the colors, I think I'm going to do a white background. I'm a little scared about that. But I already bought the yarn, so I'm committed. Their colors are very muted and dark. And I think a white one would just make them pop. But I'm afraid about getting it dirty and bleeding of colors. I've never had an issue with that. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I just won't soak it very long and put lots of color catchers in there. All right, that is it. This is probably the longest episode ever. I got to wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them right down there. I do love reading those. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me, do you have any goals for 2022, knitting-wise? Are you going to do the Stash Down 2022? Hop on over to Bernadette Makes Instagram. Sign up and get started. I'm listening outside. Must be a snowplow. All right. Yes, like, subscribe, share if you would like to spread my podcast out there so other people can watch. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.